Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Biden-Harris warn of Trump threat to democracy. Trump says he is willing to debate Harris 3 times. Trump shared private flight with Project 2025 head despite denying connection. U.S. prosecutor says Romanian businessman hired Hunter Biden to seek U.S. policy influence. Pelosi has never been that impressed with Biden's political operation. Tropical storm Davy makes second U.S. landfall in South Carolina. Influencer Brooke Schofield apologizes for past racial posts sparking outrage among black creators. Muhammad Yunus takes oath as the head of Bangladesh's interim government. Hasina will return once democracy is restored. Joy. Wildfires in Brazil's Pantanal wetland fueled by climate disruption. Portugal's former Real Madrid defender Pepe retires from football. And a 16-year-old is set to become the youngest male U.S. track Olympian in history. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. U.S. President Joe Biden expressed doubts on Wednesday about whether former President Donald Trump would concede peacefully if he loses the 2024 election. In an interview with CBS, Biden said he is not confident Trump would accept defeat, citing Trump's history of rejecting the 2020 election results and his past impeachment and indictments. Trump, who faces multiple legal issues, including 34 felony convictions related to a 2016 hush money scheme, has been accused of spreading false claims about election fraud, which led to the violent January 6 Capitol riot. Vice President Kamala Harris, speaking in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, also raised alarms about Trump potentially winning the election. She warned that a second Trump term could lead to chaos, fear, and hate in America. Harris criticized Trump's previous comments about undermining the Constitution and his threats to misuse the Justice Department. As part of her campaign, Harris and her new running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, are touring key swing states to rally support. Harris has been energizing voters since she took over as the top Democratic candidate in July. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump announced that he is ready to debate his Democratic opponent Kamala Harris 3 times in September. He proposed debates on September 4 on Fox, September 10 on NBC, and September 25 on ABC, but did not share details about the debate format or whether an audience would be present. This was Trump's first public appearance since Harris chose Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Harris and Walz have been actively campaigning in key states like Michigan and Wisconsin, drawing large crowds. Her sudden rise in the race has forced Trump's team to adjust their strategies, as polls show Harris has closed the gap Trump had over Biden. Harris and Walz are focusing on mobilizing blue-collar workers and were scheduled to meet with auto workers in Detroit. Due to Tropical Storm Debby, Harris canceled events in North Carolina and Georgia. Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, also canceled events in North Carolina because of the storm. Trump's campaign has criticized Harris for not taking questions from reporters, while Trump continues to give interviews mostly to friendly outlets. Donald Trump recently shared a private flight with Kevin Roberts, the head of the Heritage Foundation, the think tank behind the controversial Project 2025. The Washington Post published a photo of Trump and Roberts smiling together on the plane along with flight details. The flight was headed to a conference organized by the Heritage Foundation, where Trump spoke about preparing plans for their movement. Project 2025 is a detailed 900-page plan created by the Heritage Foundation outlining aggressive right-wing reforms for a potential second Trump administration. The plan has drawn criticism from Democrats for its threats to reproductive rights, LGBTQ+ rights, and voting rights. As Kamala Harris began using Project 2025 as a campaign issue, Trump and his team started distancing themselves from it. Trump claimed he had no idea who is in charge of the project, and a spokesperson said it does not reflect Trump's policies. However, the Washington Post revealed that Trump discussed Project 2025 with Roberts and has been involved with the Heritage Foundation's efforts. The controversy led to the resignation of Project 2025 director Paul Dance last month under pressure from Trump's campaign team. Prosecutors in the U.S. have accused Hunter Biden, the son of President Joe Biden, of taking money from a Romanian businessman who wanted to influence U.S. government agencies. This accusation came in a legal filing in Los Angeles, where Hunter Biden is facing a tax evasion trial set for September 9. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. The U.S. Department of Justice claims that Hunter Biden was hired by a Romanian businessman identified as GP for legal work in 2015 when Joe Biden was vice president. The businessman was under investigation in Romania for bribery. Prosecutors said they have evidence that Hunter Biden and a business associate were paid by this businessman to influence U.S. policy and public opinion. They also said that Hunter Biden tried to hide the true nature of his work. Hunter Biden is facing charges for failing to pay $1.4 million in taxes between 2016 and 2019 and for filing false tax returns. He is also dealing with a separate conviction for lying about drug use when buying a gun in 2018. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Nancy Pelosi, the former U.S. House Speaker, revealed that she was never impressed with President Joe Biden's political strategies. In a recent interview, Pelosi shared her concerns that Biden might not be able to defeat Donald Trump in the 2024 election and suggested that he should step aside. She mentioned that while Biden did win the 2020 election, she felt a change was necessary for the upcoming race. On July 21, Biden, who is 81 years old, decided to step down as the Democratic nominee, endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris instead. This move put pressure on Trump, shifting the dynamics of the election. Pelosi reportedly played a significant role in this transition, although she stated that she never directly pushed anyone but had many people contacting her about the issue. Pelosi emphasized that her main goal was to ensure Trump never returned to the White House. Despite the tough situation, she hopes that her actions won't harm her relationship with Biden, who who she praised for his recent achievements, including a major prisoner swap with Russia. Tropical storm Debby made its second landfall in the U.S. early Thursday, crossing back into South Carolina with 50 mph winds. The storm first hit Florida as a Category 1 hurricane on Monday, bringing heavy rainfall and causing widespread damage. The National Hurricane Center warned that Debby would continue to bring heavy rain, with parts of the South already seeing over a foot of rain. So far, the storm has caused 6 deaths, 5 in Florida and 1 in Georgia, mostly from falling trees. Early Thursday, Debby triggered tornado warnings in North Carolina. In Wilson County, a suspected tornado damaged Springfield Middle School, homes, and a church. One person was found dead in the area after the storm. Debby is moving slowly and is expected to bring more rain and a risk of flash flooding before it leaves North Carolina late Thursday or Friday. Some areas could see up to 15 inches of rain. Over 22 million people are under flood alerts from the Carolinas to Canada, with a high risk of flooding in North Carolina and Virginia. The storm is expected to weaken into a tropical depression as it moves northward. Influencer Brooke Schofield, who has 2.2 million followers on TikTok, apologized this week for racist social media posts she made between 2012 and 2015. In these old posts, she defended George Zimmerman's killing of Trayvon Martin and made racist remarks about black people's hair. Schofield, now 27, posted 2 apology videos saying she has since learned and grown. However, her apologies have upset many black creators. They are frustrated by the recurring pattern of white influencers being exposed for racist behavior without facing significant consequences. Cameron Kira, a TikTok creator, expressed her disappointment, questioning if any real change is happening. Zeri Taylor, a race and digital culture researcher, added that it takes more than apologies for influencers to prove they support marginalized communities. Despite the backlash, Schofield's popularity has remained steady. The clothing brand Boys Lie is reconsidering their collaboration with her, but her podcast cancelled with Tana Mongeer is still set to go on tour this fall. Some black creators believe white influencers often downplay the harm of their past comments. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel Peace Prize winning economist, has been sworn in as Bangladesh's interim leader. The ceremony took place on Thursday night at the presidential palace in Dhaka, just 3 days after Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigned and fled to India. Yunus, 84 years old, took the oath to uphold the constitution and perform his duties sincerely. His interim cabinet includes several notable figures such as Nahid Islam and Asif Mahmood, leaders of the Students Against Discrimination group, which led protests against Hasina. Other members include Tawhid Hussain, a former foreign secretary, and Hassan Arif, a former attorney general, Adilur Rahman Khan, a human rights activist previously jailed by Hasina's government, was also sworn in. The ceremony was notable for the absence of Hasina's Awami League Party representatives. Hasina resigned after nationwide protests over a government job quota system, which led to more than 300 deaths amid escalating violence. The interim government's main tasks are to restore peace and prepare for new elections. Sajib Wazir Joy, the son of former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, stated that his mother will return to Bangladesh once democracy is restored. Speaking to PTI, Joy, who is also a former ICT advisor, expressed gratitude to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for protecting Hasina and urged India to help build international pressure for restoring democracy. Joy mentioned that while it's unclear if Hasina will return as a retired or active politician, the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman family will not abandon the people or the Awami League. He criticized the interim government and called for restoring law and order, warning that the country is becoming chaotic. Joy alleged that Pakistan's inter-services intelligence is behind the unrest in Bangladesh and claimed there is evidence of foreign interference. He dismissed rumors about Hasina seeking asylum and said reports of her US visa being revoked are false. Joy emphasized that Hasina was persuaded to leave for her safety amid ongoing violence and that she plans to return once conditions improve. A recent study has found that the devastating wildfires in Brazil's Pantanal wetland in June were significantly worsened by human-caused climate change. The fires, which destroyed 440,000 acres of the world's largest tropical wetland, were made at least 4 times more likely and 40% more intense due to global warming. The fires, which killed millions of animals and countless plants, insects, and fungi, were fueled by extreme weather conditions. June was the hottest, driest, and windiest on record for the Pantanal. Scientists from World Weather Attribution reported that these extreme conditions, which are expected to occur once every 35 years at the current level of global warming, would be much rarer if not for climate disruption caused by burning fossil fuels. The study suggests that if global warming reaches 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, such severe fire conditions could become twice as likely and 17% more intense. The Pantanal, which is home to many indigenous groups and unique species, is now emitting more carbon due to these fires, compounding the impact of climate change. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,186.12. The NYSE Composite is increased by 347.31 points or 1.95%. Tokyo stock close price is 34,831.15. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 258.47 points or 0.74%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,869.90. The Shanghai index is increased by 0.07 points or 0.00%. Hong Kong stock close price is 16,891.83. The Hang Seng index is increased by 13.97 points or 0.08%. Bombay stock close price is 78,886.22. The Sensex index is decreased by 581.79 points or 0.73%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Portuguese football star Pepe has announced his retirement from the sport at age 41. The former Real Madrid defender revealed the news on Thursday, reflecting on his illustrious career. His last game was at Euro 2024, where Portugal lost to France in the quarterfinals. Pepe, who was the oldest player in the tournament's history, shared an emotional farewell video on social media. In his message, Pepe expressed gratitude to God, his club presidents, and all the staff at the teams he played for. He thanked everyone who supported him throughout his journey, including the behind-the-scenes people who made his career possible. Pepe earned 141 caps for Portugal and won the UEFA Euro 2016. During his time at Real Madrid, he won 3 La Liga titles, 3 Champions League trophies, and 2 FIFA Club World Cups. He joined Real Madrid from Porto in 2007 and returned to Porto in 2019, where he won 4 Premier League titles across his 2 periods at the club. American track and field will see a historic moment at the Olympic Games with 16-year-old Quincy Wilson running in the 4x400-meter relay. Scheduled for Friday, Stade de France, Wilson will become the youngest male U.S. track Olympian ever, breaking the record held by Jim Ryun, who was 17 in 1964. While there is no guarantee Wilson will compete in Saturday's final due to potential lineup changes, his presence is remarkable given the event's demands. Despite the Olympics featuring younger athletes such as an 11-year-old Chinese skateboarder and a 14-year-old Australian gold medalist, Wilson's achievement stands out. Wilson, from Bullis School in Potomac, Maryland, has shown impressive performances in recent months. He dominated high school competitions and stunned spectators at the U.S. track and field trials in Eugene, Oregon, running a sub-45-second 400 meters in 3 rounds and finishing 6th. At a Florida meet in July, he set an under-18 world record with a time of 44.20 seconds, which ranks 11th globally this season. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden-Harris warn of Trump threat to democracy. Trump says he is willing to debate Harris 3 times. Trump shared private flight with Project 2025 head despite denying connection. U.S. prosecutor says Romanian businessman hired Hunter Biden to seek U.S. policy influence. Pelosi has never been that impressed with Biden's political operation. Tropical storm Davy makes second U.S. landfall in South Carolina. Influencer Brooke Schofield apologizes for past racial posts, sparking outrage among Black creators. Muhammad Yunus takes oath as the head of Bangladesh's interim government. Hasina will return once democracy is restored. Joy. Wildfires in Brazil's Pantanal wetland fueled by climate disruption. Portugal's former Real Madrid defender Pepe retires from football. And a 16-year-old is set to become the youngest male U.S. track Olympian in history. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website address is www.millenniumnews24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.